There we are. Hey, everyone. Final Cut Pro Radio TV Live, Black Friday sales. We're going to go over some of the sales that they have specifically for Black Friday and Final Cut Pro related things. There's some audio stuff. And of course, I want to wish everybody that's watching from the United States happy Thanksgiving. It's been an interesting year, hasn't it? Certainly has. If you have any questions, you can post them over in YouTube or on Twitter, a bunch of different places. Let me see something here. It's interesting. I got a new piece of hardware to do some switching and all, so I'm trying that out today as well. I can see my monitoring is looking good. The audio looks good. So how's everybody doing out there in Final Cut Pro Radio land? There's some interesting, there's not any interesting things that are happening in Final Cut Pro at this point. However, we are expecting the Mac Pro in December, right? Which is next week. Something else you want to be aware of, I'm going to switch this over. The latest edition of Final Cut Pro Radio, episode 97.
I'm going to be fiddling while you're going.
Yay! I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Just tiny little thing. I think that would have been advisable.
I need coffee. Am I being grouchy?
Sorry, didn't want to interrupt. I'm going to continue here once I have something smart to talk about.
Mac Pro Lowrider with sparks coming out the back.
This is Final. Of course, you recognize that. That is the latest episode of Final Cut Pro Radio, and we have right now. We are on my podcast. We're headed 1.2 million downloads of my two podcasts that I have. The main one being Final Cut Pro Radio. Excited about that. Podcasting has become a big thing again. But anyway, that's the latest edition. Now, the latest edition we talk with Serena Catania, we talk with Bill Davis, we talk with Felipe Baez, and we talk with Alex Gollner. And what we talk about, of course, is what actually happened at the Final Cut Pro Creator Summit. So, as I say in the podcasts, every time you have an event, some events are better than others. I've been to 4 Final Cut Pro Creative Summits. This is the 4th one I've been to. It was an excellent summit. Some of the things were better than others. Other summits, a couple of things, and specifically, I think the visit that the Final Cut Pro team did on Saturday, they came to the Juniper Hotel, was excellent. It was a step up, I think a little step up from last year's. We've only had it for the last 2 years. They've only come to see us for the last 2 years. But this one that happened this time was excellent. I have to keep track of things. Let me just see what's going on there. Okay, there we go. Everything's looking okay at this point. All right. It's weird. Sometimes software breaks. Sometimes something changes. So I have 2 or 3 different pieces of software that I'm using, plus hardware. I have 3 or 4 pieces of hardware, and they don't sync up right, or something changes about it. So, and I have to kind of keep track of that live as we go. So we're going to talk about Black Friday sales today. More specifically geared towards Final Cut Pro editors, audio editors, and things. So we have our first comment says, would you consider to buy the new MacBook Pro 16-inch? You know, I was not considering that, and I've seen such incredible reviews about the 16-inch MacBook Pro that now I'm considering it. I mean, I have a 2019 8-core, right? I have a 2019 8-core, but I keep seeing these fantastic reviews of the 16-inch MacBook Pro that now I'm tempted to get one. The thing is with me, I do not use my MacBook Pro as my main editing thing, my main editing device. So even Apple has Black Friday sales. I, of course, got an 11 iPhone Pro Max, which I used, which I really like. Let me just check here. Mac. Well, let's check the MacBook Pro while we're here. So the thing is that this thing looks stunningly, stunningly gorgeous. And I'm seeing all these reviews that say, and it's so much better than the previous one. Here's the interesting thing. I can't, when I go to see what my trade-in value would be, they don't let you put in a 2019 MacBook Pro. You can only put in a 2018 MacBook Pro. So I can't even see what they would give me on a trade-in. I mean, the one I have, it's about 6 months old, so it still has 6 months of Apple Care left on it. Once again, it's an 8-core, 2019 8-core, so, you know, I might buy one. I mean, I don't use it for my main editing machine. That's the main thing. There's my audio setup. You can see I'm using United Audio, and there's compressors and stuff that I have. But anyway, back to the MacBook Pro. So I keep seeing incredible things for it. So I'll get it. If I get it, I'll get an 8-core, 1 terabyte SSD, and I'll probably get 32 gigabytes of memory, and then I'll upgrade the graphics card. I think there's a $100 upgrade. Let's just check that while I'm here. I think there's a $100 upgrade. So if you go to get trade-in, it doesn't have the 2019. You can't do the 2019. So I'd get this one and select, and see what else I'd get. Customize. So I'm not sure if I'd get the 9th upgrade there or not. I would get 32 gigabytes of memory. I would upgrade the graphics card for sure. For $100, that's a no-brainer. 1 terabyte is okay for me. I don't need any more than that. I don't need anything pre-installed. So there's my price, $32.99. So $3,300 is what I'd end up spending. That's what I'd end up spending if I get one. So they look absolutely stunningly incredible. You know, they made it a little bit thicker, longer battery life. The microphones, from what I understand, are fantastic. They've upgraded those somehow. I'm not sure exactly how they've upgraded those, but they have somehow. So let's get into some of the sales that they have on right now. Let's just see here. What do I want to do? I want to do this. And this. Well, let's check on Let's check on our good buddy, the Mac Pro. Coming this fall. That's what it still says. Coming this fall. Well, this fall has turned into December, as we all know. Right? We all know that. Coming for December. And I'll be getting one of those. That's why I might or might not get a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Rob says, hey, Richard, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good, Rob. Thanks for asking. Looking forward to a nice Thanksgiving tomorrow. We have a small get-together with family and a couple of friends. Our neighbor, a friend of ours from across the street there, she's going to come over for Thanksgiving. She's by herself, so we always invite her over. I hope everybody in the United States has a good Thanksgiving. Canada already had their Thanksgiving. They had their Thanksgiving the beginning of October. So they already had theirs. So let's just check something else here. Let's check to make sure. Let me pull this over. While we're checking things, let's check Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is still at version 10.4.7. So the question is, we are going to see 10.5. When are we going to see 10.5? We still have another, it's going to be December in a few days, so we have one more month coming up for this year. And will we see an update to Final Cut Pro to coincide with the Mac Pro? Maybe. Don't know. We'll have to find out. Have to wait and find out. See what's happening there. So, what else do we have? Let's go over to, well, of course, the other thing. The other thing is Rob Fisher says, wish you guys a great time together. Here we only have the Black Friday, no Thanksgiving. So, Rob, if you don't have Thanksgiving, what is Black Friday? Because in the United States, Black Friday is the sales day after Thanksgiving. People are typically off on Friday. So they go shopping on Friday. So why do you have Black Friday if you don't have Thanksgiving? Tell us that. Here's the other thing. Now, recently, I've been looking at the Pro Display. This thing looks stunningly gorgeous. Just stunningly gorgeous. So I'm even considering buying one of these. Let's see if that's here. I'm sure it's not going to be here. Nope, still coming this fall. Well, this fall in the United States goes up to December the 21st. So I'm actually considering buying one of these Pro Displays, but I'm kind of leaning towards you have a 49-inch LG monitor, ultra wide. I have a 34-inch over here to the left, which you can't see, and it's really great. So I'll probably start with that get my Mac Pro. I'll start with the 34-inch, see how I like it. And then I might get we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, I love the combo now. I have the iMac, and then I have the 34-inch over there. So I like that combination. It works out really, really well for me. But we'll have to see how things go. Let's see here. So here's first of the Black Friday sales. Let's see what we got. Motion VFX, 30% off. Use code BLACK30, promo code at checkout, 30% off. Of course, I have a lot of motion VFX I've been buying over the years. They have all kinds of things that a professional editor could use. Yeah, so I use a lot of their stuff. The interesting thing about Motion VFX, they have the little menu item that you can see when things are happening, something new happens or an update happens, and it'll alert you in your menu. So I like that. But I have some really old ones, some old motion projects, and they're included in my account. And so I can actually use those, launch motion with those with a little mini installer. I like that. It's nice. When it works, sometimes it goes a little wonky, but when it works, it's really cool. So here's another. Let me go here. Another one of the things another Black Friday sale. FCPX templates from my friend Fox Mahoney. We've been friends for a while. So 25% off all products through Saturday. Almost everybody has sales right now. I always wait till this time of the year before there's his fly-through, Stranger Things fly-through effect. He has great plugins and he has tutorials. He's doing tutorials all the time. So that's fcpxtemplates.com. This is Site Creations Essentials. $49. So we have a question. Chris Sidney says, do you think the Blackmagic 4K will go on sale? Would you recommend this camera? I think it's a great camera, to be honest with you. There's a couple of things that I don't particularly like about the 4K and the 6K as well. Number one, I'm so used to smaller file sizes. My GH4, my GH5 records H.264, H.265, and the file sizes are typically a third to a quarter of the file sizes that the Blackmagic 4K records, because they record in ProRes or Blackmagic RAW. I'm not sure about the Blackmagic RAW sizes. And the other thing I don't particularly like, though I've gotten more used to it, is the non-articulating screen. You have to hold the camera up in front of your face in order to effectively see the screen. It has a little bit of a tilt to it. Now, people say, well, you can mount a monitor on it. Yeah, of course, but I want run and gun. I want to just take my GH5. As a matter of fact, I have it right here. I want to take my GH5 and just go with it. So this is my GH5 setup that I have. This is the audio, the Panasonic audio that gives you two XLR inputs. I have an adapter on there right now. And I do like to have a handle when I'm using my GH5. I do like that. So this is basically, I can hold it with either hand, but I like to having that left-handed handle on it. So I just put a basic handle. I have a shoe mount there, a quad shoe mount up top for a microphone or a light if I wanted it. But that's basically all I want. I don't want to have to carry a monitor. Now, I will mount a monitor with this if I'm doing a sit-down interview or I'm shooting on a tripod and I'm interviewing somebody. Yes, I will put it on here. But most of the time, I just run and gun with this. And I don't want to have a monitor. Now, of course, this has a flip-out screen, a great flip-out screen, and you can flip it all different directions. So I can flip it up, I flip it to the left and right. And the SH1 has a fantastic flip-out screen. I hope the GH6 gets the flip-out screen that the S1H has, because it's really fantastic. But as far as recommending it, I think it's a fantastic camera. And I'd be torn to get this 4 or the 6. I thought they had some sales on those. I thought they had sales when the 6 came out. I thought they had some sales. I know the GH5's been on sale. I've seen it for like $1,300. I think I paid $2,000 when it came out. So Rob says, because we adopt a lot of things from the States, a lot of the shopping malls, like Target in the States, they have a lot of sales. So they just want to sell us stuff that we don't need. Well, if you don't need it, I guess maybe don't buy it. I mean, I know that's hard. I buy things. I buy things all the time. I bought there's a new DJI gimbal for the iPhone. I don't have it back here. I'll show you at another live stream. I bought that recently. I love that thing. It's like, it was on sale. It's like $120. Amazon had it on sale for $109. So I picked it up, and then the other thing is, if you're buying on Amazon, there's two things about buying on Amazon. I go to smile.amazon.com and I pick a nonprofit to give a small percentage of money to. So I do that with animal rescue groups in my area. I always go through smile.amazon.com and I pick different ones. The other thing is, right now, if you have a Discover card, you get an additional 5% off on Amazon till the end of the year. So anything you buy from Amazon, you get an additional 5% off. So I got the DJI, whatever it is, 3 gimbal for the iPhone. It was down $10 off, and I got an additional 5% off on that. So Eric Emmerich says, I may go to a MacBook Pro Apple Display combo as opposed to my iMac Pro Flanders setup I use now. So listen, if the MacBook Pro is your main machine, you have just been blessed by Apple. This 16-inch one, everybody is just raving about it. Performance-wise, the screen, the microphones, the speakers. Like I said, I wasn't planning on getting one. I have a 2019, 8-core, the one that came out last summer. And I don't use it as my main editing machine. I rarely edit on it. I just use it for email, surfing the web, doing some graphic stuff, maybe some web. When I update my website, I might use that. But I don't use it that much. And I'm still tempted, depending on what they'll give me as a trade-in, I'm still tempted on getting one. So Rob Fisher says, we have something similar called Something Fest, but it's around the beginning of October here. It's not public, basically a day inspired by Christian faith. So yeah, I know that Canada also has a Thanksgiving Day. So they have theirs at the beginning. Ours is based around harvest and different things. It's actually a federal holiday, so most people have off. I have off, of course. Absolutely. Let's see what else we have in our bag of Black Friday sales. Let's see. This is one of our favorites, of course, Ripple Training. My friend Steve Martin and Mark Spencer. Let's see what they have going on. Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, 35% on any tutorial. Coupon code thanks-35. I have a lot of their plugins that I've bought. So this is, I guess, specifically for tutorials. Let's try the plugins and see what they have. Oh, the plugins, that's right. The plugins are on FX Factory, I forgot. So Rob Fisher says, what do you think Apple will do December the 2nd? I think they typically do AirPod Pros, maybe, and Apple Watch. Maybe put a Mac on sale. They do something. They just to keep up, because if you don't do something to draw attention to your company or your product, you lose business because everybody's going for the sales. So I don't know. I would like to see the Mac Pro, of course. That would be fine. So probably the Mac Pro. I'm just going to guess and say it's going to be out the middle of December, something like that. Let me just check here real quick and see. Nothing happening in Apple land. This, of course, is a big one as well. I have a lot of their products. FCPRadio. Let's see what they have. What do they have? Black Friday sale, 20% off everything. November 26th to December the 3rd. So that's 20% off FCPRadio. FCPRadio has 20% off a couple times a year. They also have it in the summer, I think. Maybe Memorial Day, maybe Labor Day. I have a lot of their stuff. Our friend Alex Gallner has plugins there. Plugins on there, I know. Crumble Pop, here we go. Stupid Raisins, I have some of their stuff. Boy, they have a lot of stuff nowadays. Good Lord. Premium VFX, I have a lot of their things. A lot of their plugins. Acusonus just recently joined them. Industrial Revolution, I have a couple of their things as well. I have this Tech Transitions from them. And I think I have Volume Matrix. What else do I have from them? I don't remember. Can't remember. Hawaii. I hear their keyer is really fantastic. I had one of their older plugins. Now here's Ripple section. Callouts complete. I have the tools complete. I have Titlemation, which I really like a lot. And I have I have Ripple timelines and a couple of other ones. Sugar FX, I have a couple of these. I have subtitles I bought a long time ago because I needed to do titles for the National Archives when I worked down there. I was a post supervisor at the National Archives in Washington. Awesome FCPX. I have AddMotion. And I'm not sure what else I have from them. Let's see if we can find Alex's automatic duck. These are all media copy, send to motion. Huh. I'm kind of surprised. Thought they were free. They were for a while. Of course, our friends Hedge. Natris, Graham Natris. There's Alex's. So Alex has 360-degree effects and animation transitions. So support Alex. He comes on the show he was on the last episode of Final Cut Pro Radio. So when Rob Fisher says, what do you think Apple will do December the 2nd? He's talking about the Apple event. I didn't realize that's what he was talking about. So it looks like apps. Yeah, it looks like apps for the December 2nd event. I'd be surprised if they do anything else. An awards show, maybe, yeah. They didn't do anything this year. Once they introduced Final Cut Pro 10.4.7 back in the beginning of October, nothing really much. They did announce that the Mac Pro will be out in December, which is pretty cool. So I like that. Let's see who else has sales on plugins. Well, we have, we talked about these guys. So Hedge for Mac, Black Friday 2019, available while supplies last. M-Tape Mania, the Full Monty, save $185. Hedge and Full Cat. Hedge Extended. Hedge Extended not with 1 year of updates, but with 3 years of guaranteed updates and support, plus a free checkpoint license. I have Hedge, but I bet you mine's expired, I bet. Canister, Hedge, Full Cat. I'm not sure what some of these do. So, do you have any favorite plugins that you guys would like to see on sale? There's a couple more we're going to go over real quick. These people have supported, Divergent Media has supported the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, so I always like that when they do that. Yeah, I got it. Cookies. So now through December 6th, use coupon code 0IRE Friday for 40% all their products. Edit Ready, Scopebox, Scopebox Pro, Scopebox Perpetual License, even upgrades. That's fantastic. That's divergentmedia.com. 40% off. That's a good sale if you're going to buy any of these things. I do have Edit Ready. I do have that. So I think I got that last year. That's for converting media and stuff. All right, what else do we have here? I'm not sure about, this is a friend of mine, if these are sale prices or specially sale prices, but they are on sale. John Ballou. So he has a bunch of prices. Things, I'm not sure if this is specifically for Black Friday, but like this one, Cookies is free, Flat Earth, $14.95, Adjustment Layers, free, Lens Filters, Ring of Fire is free, Photo Table, I have this one, I have Motion Blur, I have Lights and Shadows, but I noticed that they are on sale, and some of them are free. Spark, I have that one. Title wrap, I'm not sure about that. Vertical video fix. So that's johnbelew.com, BELEW. That's his. So I would like to see a good plugin for film credits. What are you using? I have a couple of ones that I use. I have to open up Final Cut Pro to take a look. There is a couple out there. I think, let's go back to Mark Spencer. I think they might have one. Well, let's go back to FX Factory real quick. I think they have a couple. Well, just go to fxfactory.com. There's a couple there that use scrolling credits. I know I think the one that Ripple has, let's just take a look. I think the one that Ripple has, let's take a look and see what they got there. Products, Final Cut Pro. Let's go to Final Cut Pro. I'm looking through their stuff. There's one that Ripple has, let's see, that's probably one of the best ones. I'm pretty sure they have one. So Titlemations, maybe it's in Titlemations. I thought they had. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't remember. But there is, I think they have, maybe they have a free one somewhere. Maybe that's what it is. But I know Mark Spencer has been doing titles. In the past, he did a tutorial on how to do titles to even include photographs as the titles scroll up, or a live video you can embed in there as titles go up. So check Ripple and see if they have something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in Tools Complete.
One of our most popular plugins is now more useful than ever. We've brought tracking to Ripple Tools Complete.
So let's just look at this a second. I think it's in here, maybe.
Than ever. We've brought tracking to Ripple Tools Complete. So you can do things like track and blur a face or logo.
Let's see. I'm not going to play the whole commercial. Somewhere, I'm pretty sure they have, Ripple has the ability to do rolling credits, but I'm not sure which plugin. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, here we go.
Create text crawls, scrolling end credits with embedded drop zones for graphics or movies. Add animatable glints to 3D text.
There you go. So that's what I thought. I thought it was in one of their plugins. So they have the ability to do text crawls with graphics, which I really like that effect. I really like that effect. So you can actually do a text rolling credit with graphics or little videos in there. I know Mark's been doing that for quite a while. So Eric Emmerich says, Sugar FX rolling credits. There's another one. There's another one. Yeah, I like rolling credits too. I mean, when you see a high-end movie, a lot of times they have a separate department that just does the graphics for the credits and things. Let me just check. There we go. Just making sure everything's going on okay. Huh. Very interesting there. Just checking my... Got to keep track of things while we're going live. There we go. Just want to double check on that. Keeping track of comments and stuff. Make sure no trolls get in there to the chat room. So how are you guys? Have you guys bought any things? I've bought a few things for sale. I bought some. Oh, one of the things I bought with that gimbal I was telling you about for the iPhone is the gimbal is really nice. It's smooth. It's easy to set up. I can't keep I have a case on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, and it's a little too thick for the gimbal to be working. It doesn't grip it right. So I got a thinner case, so when I use this in the gimbal, it'll fit okay. So I got to switch the case, which has got a little bit of a pain. But one of the things with the gimbals that I always wondered about is how do you get good audio in there? Because it's balanced for the phone. Well, they have a little arm that you attach to the bottom of the gimbal that sticks out, and then on that little arm is a cold shoe. I got a triple tap cold shoe. It has 3 cold shoes on it, so I can actually stick a microphone in there. I can stick a light in there. It's at the bottom of the gimbal, and you just plug in a light cable to the side of your iPhone, balance it with the light cable, and all of a sudden you have better audio than just running the phone by itself. That's one of the things that I've come across recently. So Lutz says he will check out Ripple Training. Yeah, I'd recommend that one for sure. Or the Sugar FX rolling credits. That's another one. Let's see what else we have here. Black Friday. Oh, here we go. This is another one. This is highly recommended. Kino. Black Friday offers will go live November the 29th, which is in 2 days, which is actually on Friday, the Black Friday itself, 40% off. And that includes upgrades. If you already have Kino, that includes upgrades. You can try it for free. Kino is a great, it's a filmmaker's kit, is what it is. It's not a MAM. It is not a media asset manager, and the reason is Kino only works with mounted drives. When you unmount the drive, Kino doesn't see it anymore. So one of the things, and I'm going to have Robert Kruger on the show probably next week. His birthday actually was yesterday. Robert's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Robert, if you're watching. And one of the main things, I have my version of Kino is from June of this year. I think it stopped updating in June. And I'll talk to Robert about that when I have him on. One of the main things about Kino that I don't like, it doesn't see iPhones. You cannot get media off of iPhones directly through Kino, which means I have to use 2 separate apps to get media, because one from my iPhone, I mean, look, I'm using this thing all the time. This iPhone 11, I use my iPhone 6S Plus all the time. This iPhone 11, I shoot with it all the time. It's so convenient, and the quality, for the most part, is really, really good. Not as good as my GH5, of course, but still really good. So I shoot with it all the time. And I'd love for Kino to see the iPhone. It doesn't see the iPhones right now. You cannot get media off. So until it does it, I'm not going to be using it that much, but I still recommend it because it's a fantastic application. It does so many things. But I'm not planning on updating because I shoot too much with the iPhone media. So Eric Emmerich says, Manifesto, a free title roll plugin. There you go. There's a free one. That's even better than Black Friday sale, isn't it? So let's see. There we go. Don't want that one. Don't need that. All righty. Let's see what else we have here. So Kino for sure, 40% off starting Friday. Let's see what this one is. Oh, another one. This is a real popular one. Isotope. $49 Black Friday bundle. For a limited time only, the Black Friday bundle combines 7 inspiring tools into one. Powerhouse package, $49. Normally, I'm not sure why they say $713. What the heck are they adding to that? They've really expanded. So mostly for Final Cut Pro people, the Post-Production Suite 4, next generation post-production tools. RX7 dialogue matches is new. RX, I don't know what the RX loudness control is. I'm not sure. People like that a lot. I use it sometimes, but I know in the past that they've had horrible situations not crashing Final Cut Pro. It was the biggest, Isotope was the biggest crasher of Final Cut Pro for years, and they didn't fix it until recently. Recently now it's been fixed. It was not an update to Final Cut Pro that fixed it. It was an update to Isotope. So I kind of remember that. I use them when I have to. But listen, it says 60% off Black Friday deals. Let's see. Let's go back there a second. Select plugins, and so go to Isotope, izotope.com for those. Lutz says Manifesto isn't working anymore. Well, there you go. That's why nobody was talking about that. So let's see what else we have here. I'm going to do this one more time. I keep switching this off, and then I can't find it. All right, let's turn that on. Let's see, make sure it's doing there. Fine, there we go. So what did you guys think about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit? I have 2 parts to Final Cut Pro Radio. The first episode was out. I put it out this week. The first part 1 was out this week. We have 4 insiders, 1 outsider, discuss the 2019 FCPX Summit. And we talk about what actually happened as much as we could. Obviously, we can't talk about everything. We also talk about Chris Fenwick and Brad Olson's Toolmaker, which was at the Creative Summit. We talk about a lot of things at the Creative Summit, both from the inside, which is 4 of us, and the outside, which is Alex Gallner. Part 2 I'm going to have out. I might put it out tomorrow. Maybe put it out tomorrow. Or I'll have it out Friday this week for part 2. It was like 2 hours, a 2-hour session that I whittled down to an hour and a half. So each episode is 45 minutes. Of course, you can get that at FCPRadio.com or your favorite podcast aggregator. So what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? The people that are in the United States. FCPRadio.com. All righty. I think I'm going to head out of here shortly. Let me just check on something. Let me see if anybody is on Skype. Just for the heck of it. If I see anybody live, I might just have them, bring them over, but I don't think everybody's probably busy. Everybody's probably busy with Thanksgiving stuff. I know that we are getting prepared for Thanksgiving. I can tell, I can smell things out there in the kitchen, cooking. I like Thanksgiving. It's one of, I like Thanksgiving and Christmas both, so. I think that's about it for today. I'm going to check. So the other thing is, of course, Amazon has lots of sales, Black Friday sales. Everybody's got their different Black Friday sales, even software. I use something called Restream.io, and they have a sale for their higher end products. Oh, there's another one. Wait a minute. I forgot about this one. Let's see here. Now, are they having a sale? I don't know. Let's see if they're having a sale. They are not having a sale. I don't think. But I'll put them up there anyway. Brett FX, I have a lot of their plugins. They have all kinds of neat stuff. Text Message 2 just came out. Let's see if there's any, I don't know if they have a sale or not. Let's find out. See what news. Get free plugins. Well, they have free plugins. There you go. So I bought Text Message 1, so I got the free update to 2. And he started to put things up there. There's they have a bunch of free ones. That's Brett FX, BRETFX.com. I have a bunch of these, if not all of them. So they don't have a specific sale, but they have some free stuff there. Eric Emmerich says, Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. I would definitely want to say Happy Thanksgiving to all my friends that are in the United States. That's who's celebrating. Let me just pull that up. And anyway, we'll be back next week. Well, I'll be back anytime something new happens with the Final Cut Pro community. Like I said, tune into Final Cut Pro Radio, FCPRadio.com. Part 2 of our review of the FCPX Summit is coming out tomorrow, if I get time, tomorrow morning before we have dinner. Maybe I'll get it. I have it edited already, so that's ready to go. I got to do an intro and stuff. And if not, I'll have it out on Friday. Like I said, we're approaching 1.2 million downloads right now. We've already surpassed 1.1 million, and we're on our way to 1.2 million podcast downloads. These FCP Radio TV live events, we had over 10,000 views on, let me go back there actually. We had over 10,000 views of the events that I did from the FCPX Creative Summit. You go to my YouTube page. Let me see if I have that up here. Do I have that up here? Let me pull this up. Come on now. I'm changing the title of something here. And then I'll put it up. There we go. Save. Put it up there. So youtube.com/Richard Taylor TV. And I have a playlist up there for all the videos from the FCPX Creative Summit. And it might be on the main page. I'm not even sure. 10,000 views from the live streams that I did, 11, 12, 13 of them, I can't keep track. But you can watch the whole thing as it unfolded there. There's a lot of comments, but we also did a podcast with the five of us. And like I said, if you listen to part 1, fcpradio.com, and then you can go get part 2. It'll be out tomorrow. I'm not sure. So here's our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups, Final Cut Pro Radio. You can join that, and we have chats there all the time. There it is. So Chris Lawson says, I enjoy learning from you and others. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate it. Anybody else? See, that's weird. It's not updating. Some things are updating, some things are not. It depends on what's the latest update. I update stuff usually all the time, although I try not to update it right before I go live, but I did the audio update today. It said it needed it. in order to play back audio from the desktop, if I had anything there. Well, isn't that interesting? There we go. All righty, so I'm going to head out of here. I want everybody to wish everybody, like I said, a happy Thanksgiving to those in the United States. And if you have a Black Friday sale, go on to Final Cut Pro Radio, the Facebook page, and post the link there for everybody to share it. My name's Richard Taylor, and I'll see you on the next one of these FCP Radio TV live events. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully the Mac Pro comes out sooner rather than later. Maybe there'll be an update to Final Cut Pro with it. Who in the heck knows? But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Talk to you all later. Thanks for tuning in.